So UFC 249, Ferguson versus Gaethje has been cancelled, and so has every other UFC event indefinitely until May the 16th, where Overeem will take on Walt Harris on Fight Island, and even then, who knows if that event's going to take place as well, and we may not see UFC until the end of the fucking year. I don't understand why they would do this. It seemed so logical and so safe to do things where you would test the fighters and have one fighter who's been tested and has come up negative, fight another fighter who's been tested and has come up negative, being recorded by a cameraman who has been tested and come through negative for the coronavirus. There is no way of spreading the coronavirus if no one has it. I don't understand the mindset, but you know what? We're going to go past that because there's enough conspiracy theories about the communist regime takeover from China and, you know, the liberals taking over and wanting to crush the capitalist system of economy. Yeah, but we're not even going to talk about that. I've seen enough conspiracy theories. We're going to go through and just talk about the UFC event. Something that has annoyed me rapidly and really annoyed me recently is the rejoicing of the MMA media members and the MMA community members that are for some reason wanting the UFC to be cancelled and postponed indefinitely. What kind of fan are you if you are happy with this news? I really don't understand. Ariel Helwani, fucking Luke Thomas is somewhere right now fucking wanking away to himself, coming everywhere, so happy at what just happened. How can you call yourself an MMA fan? I don't understand how this has happened. Like, everyone's happy about this? UFC is banned. We won't see UFC maybe until June. How can anyone be happy about this? I have no idea, but either way, media members rejoice at Dana White's failure. To me, I say, you know what, Dana White? You tried your fucking hardest. You're the best promoter in the world by far. Dare anyone in the comment section to name me a better promoter, and I'll wait until you mention Scott Coker, who's a lesser MMA organization, or Eddie Hearn. Or what, Oscar De La Hoya? What are you going to bring up? You know, like, there's no better promoter than Dana White in the business that cares enough about his sport to try and go above and beyond to make sure that his sport is the only one that takes place during the coronavirus lockdown and trying to find a safe way to do so. He managed to find himself a location that would allow it, and he was very strict on not revealing that location until fight time or ever, because that would mean that it would get cancelled. But you know what? The MMA media members who are against the sport of MMA have leaked the location of it, and then the day after it gets immediately cancelled once the California mayor, that's how you Americans say it, the California mayor found out where it is from the media, immediately gave him a quick call and said, hey, you can't do that shit. Event immediately cancelled. Thank you, MMA media, for leaking the location. We value you so much. Thank you, Luke Thomas, for being happy about this. I have no idea why, because you clearly aren't an MMA fan if you don't want to see it every weekend and twice a weekend throughout this lockdown. I have just no idea. No idea how it can be... This whole situation of the coronavirus stinks, by the way, but we're not even going to talk about that in this video because I'm an MMA channel. I'm going to stick to the MMA, but I've read some stuff and I've seen some stats, and I know that this is a bit bullshit, but either way, people have died, I understand, and people are going to be upset, and I understand that as well. However, I just don't understand how a fighter being tested and showing up negative, which has been indicated to by Dana White, by the way. I had an interview with Brett Okamoto and ESPN MMA recently, before this whole event got cancelled, where he was basically suggesting that they're going to test every single fighter and every single member of UFC staff as well. I don't understand how it can't happen. Anyone else? We have coronavirus tests, enough to tell us if a president or a prime minister of a country is positive or negative. That tells me they're pretty damn accurate. Actually, they're about 98% accurate. If you can just take members of these completely unaffected age groups of people, which I know people are going to say this as well. Dude, people with underlying medical conditions around the age of 30 have died. I understand that completely, but on a massive, large scale, 99.9% of people in that age group do not get affected. I also understand, wait right there, that these people could then pass it on to someone who is affected in an age group. I really do get that, but what is the problem with making sure these guys get paid and giving us something to watch? If you test one fighter, you test the fighter that they are fighting, they both come up negative for the coronavirus, fight each other in a cage, the guy recording it's been tested and he's come up negative, everyone stays in isolation, everyone earns good money while the coronavirus is going on, everyone goes home and feeds their kids. I don't understand. They are contracted fighters. They are not going to be receiving 80% of their pay like the rest of us workers. If you're lucky enough to get 80% of your pay, That's a good thing. I'm getting 80% of my pay right now because I used to go into work at the start of this whole lockdown situation just to make up some stuff, help out the business that I work for. However, now I'm getting 80% of my wage. The UFC fighters do not have that luxury. They need to earn money or their families will die. I don't understand why people seem to think that the economic crash is not going to do anything to... We're not going to get into that. We're sticking to MMA. I could go on and on and on. I need my own fucking channel. But we're going to stick to MMA right now. What is the problem if no one has tested positive in the entire involvement of an event? What's the problem with them having a gathering that's very controlled and under very specific measures? If no one has it, it can't be spread. People are allowed to go out and go to the supermarket. People are allowed to go out and walk around the streets with people. I don't understand. The problem is not these events and these big businesses. The problem is people just... I don't know if any... Maybe the media is so fucking blinded to this entire situation, but if you look outside in London, people are just not listening to the lockdown whatsoever. I don't understand how they think this is going to work. People my age are out there in groups right now having quarantine parties. I'm not joking, that's a thing in London right now. People are having quarantine parties, but guys who are tested for the coronavirus can't fight each other without an audience in a closed-door event where every single person involved will be tested? I don't fucking get it, man. It's an attack on big business to enforce communism and socialism. But back to MMA. Let's talk about MMA. What do we do now? We can't do anything. We wait until May 16th to hopefully see Overeem versus Walt Harris on Fight Island. But then again, maybe the fucking Disney will make a call to whoever owns that island and say, you know what, I'll tell everyone about your private paedophile island if you don't cancel that event. Hey, I'll tell everyone about your private paedophile island. No, I'll tell everyone about your private paedophile island. I'll tell them about your two of them. Oh my god, I do have two of them. Okay, we'll cancel the event. It's just like this weird... elite. Who owns an island, by the way? How is that fair? And how does anyone have a private island? Either way, let's talk about MMA. Let's get back to MMA. There's nothing to talk about in MMA. Should I just rename the channel to The Guru? The Life Guru? Just temporarily, because there ain't shit all to talk about. Rose Namajunas pulled out of the event, apparently. She was once Khabib was gone, that was the first straw. But now we've got no Rose Namajunas. This event cannot take place without Rose Namajunas. I don't understand. But, you know, Rose Namajunas is dealing with some shit, though. So hopefully she gets better and she deals with that accordingly. I hope it all works out in the end for her. However, it's just a bit fucking annoying, man. It really is. And I don't understand how the media members and some of the MMA fans, anyone who leaves a comment on latest news, MMAfighting.com, on the forums, is an absolute fucking hater of the sport and they want it to fail. I don't understand. Every single time I'm on MMAfighting.com and I click on the comments to see how people are reacting to things, it's just absolute fucking madness. I don't understand. I really don't get it. UFC 249 postponement in tweets. MMA fighters react to the coronavirus scratch. You go to the comments section of this fucking post on MMAfighting.com. All of the fighters are angry about it. And then you go to the comments. Dana was being a donkey trying to push this agenda. What agenda? We're trying to find a way to adapt under this situation to still have events and an economy. What agenda is Dana White pushing? I am optimistic that things will begin to get back to normal mid-May. It's just like... it's just fucking madness, man. Majority reaction seems to be they are pleased it's cancelled. Like it's an FU to Dana. Truth is, Dana will be fine. The fighters won't, however. I don't get it. I don't know why everyone's doing this. It really does fucking annoying me. It really does fucking annoy me. How about we protect them from brain trauma in the first place by banning MMA? Why are you on a forum for MMA? You aren't a fan. Why are you here? Because, you know, people can't decide what's best for themselves. It's just like, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Everything's okay. We're just not going to watch any UFC or any MMA for the entire time until May 16th. Hopefully the Fight Island idea works. I don't understand how any different that could be to the Indian casino that they're eventually going to do it at anyway. There's going to be no difference except this time they're all getting on a plane. Picture that. The fight island is okay, but not in California, because to go to the fight island, they all have to get on a plane together. So it's safer that way. I don't get it. Anyone else not understand? I feel like I'm losing my mind here. But, just the conspiracies. We're not even going to get into the conspiracies. David Icke, where's Alex Jones right now? You know? You're telling me the month that coronavirus comes out and gets released, I'm acting like it's a new fucking game or film. Sorry. The moment the coronavirus outbreak begins, Jesus Christ. The moment the coronavirus outbreak begins, Alex Jones gets arrested for drunk driving. And gets arrested, and now we don't hear anything from him. It's just, we're not even going to get into it, you know? It's just annoying, the entire situation. I don't know what to say. The MMA media are just pissing me off, and I don't even want to read any article from now on. And to come back for Overeem versus Harris, they've got to do better than that, honestly. If that's your first event back, Jesus Christ, you've got to do better than that. Overeem versus Walt Harris is not the big enchilada everyone's been waiting for after the big time off. That's not what we're going to be watching. I just fucking hate it, man. I was actually looking forward to Ferguson versus Gaethje. And I know that people are going to have the argument. We're happy now because we get to see Khabib versus Ferguson. I understand that, and I'm somewhat happy about that as well. Things can go back to normal. Ferguson got a big bit of boost in terms of popularity and fame. Same with Justin Gaethje. I just think it's unfair. I just don't like it, man. If all goes to plan, I've seen this statement made on the BBC, which is already biased, by the way. The BBC in England is already biased. They made this statement on the news a couple of days ago, and I'm going to leave you with this. If all goes to plan, and everything works out perfectly, in terms of preventing and stopping the coronavirus, there will still be more deaths by the coronavirus in March of 2021 than there will be this month. If all goes to plan. So what's going to happen at March next year when more people die of the coronavirus? Is everything going to be okay then? When we lift up this lockdown, is the virus just going to be like, right, well, they've learnt their lesson. I'll be off then. Into the ocean, over to Antarctica, where we'll stay there for another 20 years or 10 years or 100 years until the next 20th year after every 100 years. I know you guys have seen that. Cholera. We're not going to get into it. We're not going to get into the conspiracy theories. But every fucking century where the year ends with 20, there's a virus outbreak. But we're not going to get into it. Okay? Because people will call me a conspiracy theorist. Even though it all adds up. It's fine. It's fine. I might be going crazy. But that's fine as well. That's fine as well. I don't know what. There's only so much more Fortnite I can play. I can't do it anymore. I just can't do it anymore. I don't get it. I don't understand what the mindset is behind the coronavirus. I know they're trying to prepare the hospitals right now. And I understand right now. But what I don't understand is when this entire thing's over, when they lift the lockdown, what the virus is gonna stay low? What are you talking about? When everyone goes back outside, even though they already are outside already having quarantine parties, when everyone goes back outside, the coronavirus is gonna be over? What is are we going to lock down until the last person who ever has it on the single planet Earth doesn't have it anymore? Right, that's the last person. Let's all come out in the year 2025. I don't understand what the plan is. But, you know, let them lock down the event where every person was going to be tested and no one was going to have it that would be involved. Because that's a bad thing. You know what annoys me even more? And I'll scroll down to this headline as well. Let me find the headline just to end things. This is the most annoying shit in the world. And I will scroll down and find this. Dutch UFC broadcaster Talpa refuses to air events due to current health measures. Don't ring me! God! People ring me in the middle of my fucking... I'm going to lose my mind, I swear to God. They don't want to air the events due to current health measures. It doesn't come through the TV screen. Dutch broadcaster Talpa. What is the logic behind this? This is an attack on big business. I can't do this anymore. I'm just gonna say too much and reveal all the conspiracy theories, and people are gonna call me crazy. Oh, listen to this fucking ring. I'm not even gonna answer it because you're gonna say, just fuck off for a second. See you later, guys. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll try and do MMA videos every day. I'll hopefully go live every day as well to make up for this situation. That would be a good idea. We'll do like a quarantine MMA chat discussion. We'll get each other through this drought of entertainment and attack on big business and economy, but we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. We're keeping it on MMA. Don't call me again. I've declined you 4 times. Don't call me again when I'm making a video. I've declined you 4 times, George. I've declined you 4 times. Not where the fuck am I? I'm on video right now, and I'm on... Don't say my fucking name. Don't say my name. I've been... don't you dare raise your voice at me. I'm making a video right now. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Don't you dare call me that. See you later. See what it's doing to my friendship group? Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Click that button there. Whole thing's fucked.